Ruto protects Matiang'i because they belong to the same club. Ruto will be so happy if Matiang'i is president because they are the same, but we will continue complaining. If Matiang'i is president today, you will complain the same way you are complaining against Ruto. If any of these thugs, except for Maraga, if any of them took power, you will complain, and there will be no change. You see, at least Maraga is a good Christian who trusts God and respects and actually obeys God. Is that good of a Christian? There are certain things he cannot do because he's a good Christian. Do you understand? And he's not corrupt. So to that extent, he's good. The only difference I have with him, he respects the colonial state. That is the only reason why I'm standing. Because I've poked him and prodded him to see if he can go beyond the colonial state. He can't. You see, there are people like that. They have limitation, philosophical, ideological limitations. They see this state as a leviathan that is all acting. And I tell him, look, you can't say that you will let institutions run when most, if not all these institutions have just abused Kenyans. These institutions have tortured Kenyans, have committed extrajudicial killings. You cannot respect that. You have to dismantle them. They cannot work the way they have been working. We cannot accept that. But that's too radical for him. Do you understand? And you see, that is the reason why Traore is making changes in Burkina Faso more than all of them. Because he's brave enough to confront the colonial edifice, the colonial state, and try to dismantle it for the benefit of the people. You have to do that. Otherwise, we will just be talking, and we are talking rubbish. These laws, some of the laws, need not be there in the statute books. The Chiefs Authority Act is still there in the Kenyan statute books. The same thing the British used to destroy Kenyans. Now, look, we still have chiefs. We still have so-called county commissioners, isn't it? Yet in the Constitution, the provincial administration was dismantled in the same Constitution. Maraga was Chief Justice for a very long time, and he never made a ruling on that. You see, another problem I have with him, he was Chief Justice for more than 5 years, isn't it? What did he do about corruption in the judiciary? Concretely? Anything, anybody? When was a judge, any judge, corrupt judge, handcuffed or fired? He was the chairman of the Judicial Service Commission.
Couldn't they say that they weren't able to prove that any of the judges was corrupt?
And you are saying you can't prove? If today I told you find corruption in this room, and I gave you these people for 30 days, and one of them is corrupt, and you come to me and you say you can't prove, isn't that incompetence? Because you should be able to prove. You have all the instruments of power. By the way, corruption is like a drunkard or a smoker. You know, if you put a smoker in this room, you know these people who are walking up and down, some of them are smokers. They can't sit for 45 minutes. So it's very easy to tell who is a smoker.